How's everyone doing today? Today is Monday, March 29th, 2021. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Evan. Some folks call me the YouTube John Stonkton. I'm out here, I get this, ooh, what's this? Oh my God. This beautiful little pump fake, over there, right? Folks love to see it. I'm also known as the YouTube Chef Boyar Swing. Because I'm out here with this tasty treat. Delicious swings. Also in a good market, not currently. We call ourselves Bull Gates out here. So we have some great nicknames is what we do. If you're new, welcome. I'm going to show you all the great things about technical analysis. You may be thinking while you go onto the Snapchat, the YouTube, the TikTok, whatever it is, and you're like, how are these people picking these stocks? And you're confused, you're worried, you're sweaty, whatever it may be. You want to be just like these people. Well, I'm going to show you the technical analysis. When it comes down to it, there's 8 things I look at. Supports, trend lines, patterns, volume profile, EMA lines, RSI, stochastic, and our vortex. These 8 things in general are going to be what I look for technical analysis. Intermediate traders, if you have some really good setups, you have some things you like to watch, you really like QQQ, and you like to go on the NASDAQ, and you have all the, you have all the indexes set up, that's great. But you're probably not diversifying the way that you should. We're going through sector rotation. I'm focusing a few sectors myself that are different. I also think you guys need to diversify and have 5, 7, 10 long-term, short-term, and mid-term kind of stocks. You want to have some diversity. And also, it's never hurting you to have some new tickers on the table. So that's what we're looking for. If it's this kind of content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Again, if you enjoy this kind of content enough, which I'm sure you will, there's a Discord chat available with it. There's some really good stuff. I'm offering a 7-day trial to anybody who wants to try it. Again, I hate when services make you pay for a year-long subscription or anything like that before even getting to try it, because what if it sucks, right? You just pay like $400 and it's trash. So some things that we do, and I can probably show some pictures over this while I talk about it. The first thing is we have morning briefings. I talk all about the major indexes. So I use the mini futures usually. So we talk about /ES, NQ, RTY, and YM, along with QQQ, the Treasury futures, and also we talk about the VIX and how that's looking. So all those things are what we're talking about every morning. After that, I cover the 50, 60, 70 tickers from the last 5 days. And so I go about all of them, saying it's a good deal, it's a bad deal, here hit price targets at our moonshot area, whatever it is. All those get covered, so you can go back through and see all the good ones, like the 7 right that thing are still viable. You can then check up on those yourself, and it's really good stuff. I filmed these early. Now today is different because it's my fiance's birthday. She turned 21 again. Like Blanche Devereaux. You love to see it. No, this is a little bit later usually, but 2:20 is around usually when I get these filmed and set up. So you get early access to the videos before the trade day is even over, which is fantastic. We have the whole entire community chat, 10, 11, 12 different channels that are fantastic. We also have, as of recently, for the fundamental people, I have the tip ranks premium subscription, and so now I can go through and I can pull up the whole entire premium for everybody for the fundamentals, and then for VIP members, they can actually request at any time a tip ranks PDF of everything, which is pretty great. We're also doing stock market challenges. There's a $100 prize, $50 and $25 prizes. At the end of the month, someone's going to get one of those. And some folks will get 15, some will get 25. Look into it. And then every night, the big thing is my nightly newsletter. It's very educational. It's not advice, obviously. It's only here for you for educational purposes, what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at, and what you can break it down with. So again, some great stuff you can look at. Again, 7-day trial, no credit card information, nothing like that. It's all good stuff. And then lastly, I should be one pillar of your education. I should just be, as my cats are in the way, I should just be one part of this, right? If there's a house, you're building a foundation, I should be one slab of the foundation, one pillar of the house, right? Go find some other people who are really good. There's plenty of them. I always inherit that. I always I always support that and those kinds of things. And then one last thing was a lot of my YouTube pollers said 7 to 10 is the most they want to cover and 25 minutes. So we're gonna try and cut the video time down a little bit more than usual and make this about a 20-minute video. And again, if you really want more content, well, come check out the Discord. Otherwise, that's what you're gonna be getting. With that being said, let's get into it. So as we can see, given the new situation, we have what, seven stocks at most right now. These are 7 really good ones. And again, these are ones that I full-heartedly support. I just think that, doing the 15, 20 is too much for some people. So 7 is what it's going to be. So first is ALDX. I called this over here, said, hey, it's pretty good. And you know what? It was pretty good. So we're right back over here once again. We can see a very strong support area. Now there's no trend line. All right, you can try and fit in a trend line somewhere. Sure, Sure, it's showing higher lows, which is important. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So if this does break beneath $10, I would be a bit concerned, just a bit, because we still have our support area. Throwing the volume profile out there really quickly, what I'm looking at is this massive gap here. The chance of this getting down here and wicking back up, as you can see, is fairly obvious. It's fairly apparent it's going to happen. If it does come down here, though, and break this and come all the way down here, you could be in a world of hurt. So you need to make sure that you are ready to have a stop loss, maybe wherever you find comfortable. $9, at the latest, which you need to have this at, because if this does break, it's going to be real painful for you. But ALDX, look at the fundamentals is on you. It's a great setup, great support area. It's surviving earnings just fine. Now, I did have it, and it's coming down, so again, it may keep falling down. But again, if we can get down $10 range, perfect buy opportunity. I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. What's super cool about this channel is me, but also what's really cool is that I do not go over the indicators while I'm scanning. It's 100% off of price action. So I'm looking for, peaks, valleys, bottoms, tops, whatever it is, easy trend lines, patterns, and then I can go through all these things together with you. So again, EMA lines is the big one. Volume profile, again, I only talk about that, but for me, it's there. And then RSI, stochastic, and vortex. These 5 things we're going to cover. You may really enjoy them. So let's check them out. So we can see the EMA lines have shed some light for us. It's beneath the 200. So what's my move going to be? You have 2 of them. You can wait for it to get back above the 200, aka a crossover. Great stuff. Or you can wait for it to get at a better value. So wherever on this chart is a good value to you, maybe it's $9, maybe it's $10, maybe it's where it's at right now. It's up to you. You can buy off of a crossover or off a value. Right now, I don't see value where I want it, so I'm going to wait for a crossover back above the 200. It gets back above that and the 50. Now we're talking for a good long-term hold. It's going to be a very beautiful setup. RSI is exactly where you want it. Look over, 35 is where it reverses at, maybe 31, 32, but it's right there. Stochastic is a little bit overbought. Again, it had this big push up. Now it's coming back down. I can say, again, I think it may get down to maybe, $10 and some change. We'll look for an entry there. Vortex, we can see that the green volume, the bulls are oversold, right? They're very low. And where are the bears at? Overbought. So what's that saying? Given the price action, RSI and stochastic kind of come together and meet vortex, we can see that short sellers probably a bit tired. Folks have taken their profit. And now, again, folks who want to buy in, our bulls are ready to roll. So ALDX, I like it a lot. It's a therapeutics company. Do your fundamentals, but ALDX is a snack. Next is BDR. BDR is a very, very small healthcare ticker. What's interesting about BDR is that, my cat's back there messing with stuff, is that it's a really nice channel up. Now again, is this like a super strong one? Not really. And again, it's a very small company. There's not much information on this. But this support area, right about here from 136 to 140, has been strong the whole time. Now again, it broke down a bit, so I'm going to put my support with my next one. Yeah, we're at 136 is probably good. So this is the next really good strong support area. If it can come down a little bit farther and lower our risk, that's what it's all about, right? The homage, the saying, the phrase has always been, great traders manage risk, bad traders chase gains, right? We're here to manage risk. BDR, the lower it gets, the more that's going to happen. Great setup. So I like this area a lot. Good trend line, good support area. If it can hold, it's going to be a 10 out of 10, because if it does show some life, easily can make you 10, 15, 20%, even before the next resistance. So it's a really good setup. Let's check the indicators. So it's hard to read with the action on it, but we can see clearly that the 200 EMA line, the 50 is above it, and my cat's being loud. But the 250 are above it, so again, your price target must be based off of that short term. So I think anything above 155 is kind of ridiculous until it gets back above both of it. But even then, if it can make a good move, that's still 10%. It's a great move. If it breaks above both of them, like it does sometimes, you'll be in the green for sure. RSI could be a tad bit lower, but this is a good spot. It is uptrending. It does reverse here often. It could be a little bit lower, but this is really good. Stochastic is pointed south, so wait for it to kind of do what? Curl north. We got to see it come down, hit below 40, negative 40, come up and show us some life. That's what we want to see. And then, of course, Vortex is a bit worthless with this kind of stock. And again, it could be lower, but it's consolidating. And we see bears are currently winning, but they are overbought. So again, BDR, I like it a lot. Give it a few days, but it's a good pickup. Next is BE, Bloom Energy. Again, this is a big energy firm. It's really good, and this is a beautiful support area. Now, again, I like to have trend lines, and we have a resistance one, so keep that in mind. And you can probably duplicate this and make it a channel and see that it does line up fairly well with this. So again, we're kind of trying to do a breakout here, which is fine. So this is a strong resistance trend line. We got to see it get broken and really go long on it, so I would definitely wait to get above that. It's also paired with a horizontal resistance, so not a great step at all until that's broken. But even here, the support is a very, very strong support area. This is like one channel, it ascended, now it's making a new channel here. So if it can hold here really well, it'd be a great sign. Even then, 7-8% could be an easy move in one day for the stock. I like it a lot. If it does hold, otherwise we got to wait for it to get maybe lower to maybe like, 22, 25, maybe even as low as 20 bucks if it does dip farther. But if this does live, it's great. And again, your risk management policy right here, if you're really nervous, it breaks, 1.5, 2% here, get rid of it. More confident and giving maybe 3 or 4%, and you're fine. So again, very low risk, high reward, BE, I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. So once again, the 50 main line shows us how powerful it can be with bounces, and it cannot get above it. So what's your plan going to have to be? You need to make sure your price target is below or near the 50 main line as of now until it gets back above it. If it's still down below here, bouncing off of it, if your price target's up here at 32 bucks, you're being stupid. That's just as simple it is, you big dummy. And so you want to make sure it gets a little bit higher. But even here, if it's the 50, that's still 11, 12% off one easy move. If it breaks back above that, fantastic. You can also go for shorting. I don't push shorting on this channel because a lot of people who are newbies should not be shorting a stock in their life right now. Now you should learn how to make money in all types of markets. So if this does get down lower and hits here and bounces, it can be fantastic. RSI is exactly where we want it to be, super low. Stochastic exactly where we want it to be. We just need to see it curl up. And once again, bulls, oversold. Bears, getting close to overbought. So again, it may take a little bit of time, but BE right now is a fantastic setup. Next is FET, Form Energy. And again, I like to push right now utilities, business, consumer, and I also want to push healthcare and financials. But energy right now is also a hot sector. So we can see that this is a nice channel up. Now, is it a channel or a broadening top? I would say it's a broadening top. You can see that it's getting some lines really nice and connected here. And it needs to come up and hit this again to make the pattern work. 55% gains, I don't see it. I never planned for that. 10 to 15, cool with me, right? And the math always works out. 8 trades at 10% gains reinvested is 100%. And so if I can get 8, 9, 10 really good trades and get 10, 15%, I'm much happier than chasing these big gains, right? Risk management over chasing gains, big facts. So right down here at this trend line, again, I want to get into 18. If this can come down, tap 18, I'm a happy boy because once again, my risk will be mitigated for me. Down here, if it does break below 3 or 4%, I know this is gone. All right, the next support's going to be closer like 15, 16 bucks. Let it go until then. If it does live here, this is not a very strong resistance, but even then, 7%, 1 or 2 days, easy money. If it does make a full move again, which it has shown before to make good moves, 10, 15, 20%, risking 2 or 3, that's a hookup right there. Let's check the indicators. We can see that it broke below the 50 with a lot of power, and so this will be a resistance moving forward. Make sure your temporary price target, your close price target, your short-term price target is based off of that. Now, will it tap the 200? It does that, right? Tippy-tap, tippy-tap, tippy-tap all throughout it. That, again, will be what my risk is going to be based off of. If it does come down farther, showing no life and comes to the 200, the support does give, given the fact that now I know that this is here, that's totally fine. I want to go for a 200 bounce. The last time it happened, it took what? 5 days. So we have some time to watch this one if it does get down there. RSI is where you want it. Stochastic could be lower, but it's coming down. Bulls, a bit exhausted. They're a bit ready to go. They're a bit oversold. Bears, they're a bit overbought. So again, I think FET's good. It may come down to the EMA line. They may live at the support area. I would just like let it show itself, let it work its way through. But FET, a great setup. One of my favorite from the day is HL, Hecla Mining. Hecla. I don't know. I thought I was gonna have a really witty thing to say, but I kind of I sputtered out there because I'm a little bit tired today. So HL, a great setup. We can see the trend line even comes all the way over here a little bit. And it's really coming up. It does break a little bit, but that's okay because I had a huge run up afterwards. This is a good support area. I think support-wise, you can put this anywhere from where it is now, 530, up to 555. Anywhere here is totally fine. I'm going to keep mine a little bit lower, but it is showing life, so I think that's also a great idea here and a great sign. If it does pump up higher, it's going to hit maybe 5, 6% to our first resistance, but it keeps running up. Can make 10, 15% pretty easily. And if your support area is in fact like right here, which is a very logical place to put it, what's your risk, right? Everything breaks down 3.5%. Some of y'all 3.5% is like what you start off a trade with. Some of you guys are like, I'll enter whatever, get down -4. It's fine. Then you end up bag holding and you're like, shit. And so the whole point of this is to have a good stop loss, a good support area. This is really beautiful. If it keeps ascending like this, higher low, higher low, higher low. A bit concerning. Bit concerning. Higher low, higher low, higher low. It's been doing fine across the board. I like it. Strong support area. It can see $5. Don't get this twisted. Don't get it twisted. You can definitely be down to $3 like it has before, or $5. But given this area, super strong HL, I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. So again, both EMA lines will be resistances, and you should plan accordingly. Your price target should not be higher than 610 in the short term. Now, long term, $7, it makes some sense, but I would definitely wait. We can see also that the RSI is basically where we want it. Stochastic's coming down to right where we want it. Now, if it does curl here, it'll take a little bit of time, probably hit -40 and come back up. And Vortex wants to go green, showing that there will be a nice streak coming, but it did not do it. It bounced off. So again, we may see it come down a little bit farther. This may start consolidating. Consolidation means it's building for a big move. It's like a spring, right? When price action does this, across the board, it just shows a spring. And then when it finally goes, it goes bing and bounces off really hard. And so if we're going to consolidate down here, that's totally fine. But you got to make sure the stop loss, because if it goes low, you don't want to be caught bag holding. But HL, I like it a lot. Next is SQ. What a delicious little snack from Chef Boy or Swing he's building up for today. This is definitely a broadening top. Again, these don't line up well on accident. And what it did not reach its last price target. So again, this whole uptrend, the resistance, means nothing to me. I'm going to look at this one over here and see that it is showing a lower high, which to me will make a horizontal triangle. And if this does live here, I think hitting that will be easy, 13-12% fairly easily. It'll probably come back down and use it one more time, and then it may take off. So we got to take this in mind as we move forward, but also it's a very strong horizontal resistance. Maybe it's an ascending triangle. We don't know yet. Right, we got to give it a few more moves here, but this is definitely a strong support area. It's beautiful. Good trend line, beautiful. I would be remiss to not mention that I think I can get it maybe around like $200 exactly. But this is a really beautiful setup, right? It had earnings, it died, it came back, it died more, it came back. So it's definitely fighting back and forth. SQ, if it does live here, could be a fantastic play. Let's check the indicators. Once again, you're going to notice that we don't always get a good deal with the EMA lines on our side. And again, here we are. Both are going to be resistances. The 50 seems to be much more of a bounce, right? But not nearly as strong as the 200. A lot of action stops at the 200. So again, if your price target's above the 50, logical. I like it. If it's below it, make sure if it's below this area of the 50, your reward will be about 6%. Don't risk more than 2 or 3% then, right? Then it doesn't make any sense. So you have at least 2 to 1 to go into a trade. And so that's fine. You want to go with the 200. Again, you can kind of open it a little bit more. But this is a really good pickup nonetheless. RSI is low where you want it. Stochastic's pulling back. It did pump up really hard here when I'm trying to live, and then it tanked. So again, I think it may come down tomorrow some. And of course, Vortex before was fantastic, and now it's showing some life. That kind of makes sense too. So SQ, a bit more murky on the indicators. And again, I would never take indicators over price action. Price action wise, sexual. The Vortex kind of confuses me, right? And then I'm going to give it a little bit of time to see what it's going to do. But SQ moving forward, a fantastic pickup. Last and not least is TAST. Now I called this over here. I said, hey, it's a pretty good pickup. And you would have hit your price target in one day. Ha ha ha. Goat. And so that being said, we're right back down here again. Now, can it get lower? Yes. But can it get a lot higher than, 650? Oh, yeah. And so I think it's going to make a nice move back up here. Hopefully in the next few days or weeks, we see at least $7 on this big move. And again, it's come from lower areas. So again, is this going to last forever? Absolutely not. You should never fall in love with a ticker, right? That's like falling in love with, a pretty woman from the movie, right? You never do that. Right, and here we are down here. It does take time to consolidate. See this boop, 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 boop. It does go back and forth. So we could be down for 4, 5, 6, 7, even maybe 8 days. But this is still a great purchase price. Again, very low risk. If it all breaks, you lost 3 or 4%, you can easily make 17, 15, 20 in a full move. So TAST, I like it a lot. A great technical setup. Let's check the indicators. We can see off the bat that what had happened was that it hit the 200 and the 50 together and it died. They didn't have the strength to get above it. And so again, your price target should be based on that. And as you can see from my Discord people, what's up, bros? We can see that I put the price target right where it would have hit, right in the middle of it, and it died for that reason. Again, I make logical price targets. And again, that's what I try and teach. It could be a tad bit lower, but it's super low. Stochastic almost getting beneath 40, and every time that happens, we would have made money, so we're getting there. Bulls were tired, and they woke up a little bit, but they're still oversold compared to where bears are definitely overbought. So again, TAST, TAST, I like it a lot. It can be a fantastic, fantastic pickup. And there you have it. Now, some folks are like, but that's not long enough. Well, the overall majority said they want 7 to 10, at most super in-depth, a little bit quicker. So there you guys go. We covered all that in about, 22 minutes with breaks. That's pretty good. So again, if you enjoy this kind of content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Again, I got a new camera, but I'm working on it. When I'm streaming, you can see some flare-ups here, and especially over here. Like, there's some flare-ups that go like, I don't know what that is. It may be the cord that I'm using. It could be that the battery's low. I don't quite know yet. I'm trying to figure it out still. We'll figure it out. So again, bear with me. With that being said, check out the Discord, a 7-day free trial. It's free, and you can probably learn some new good stuff. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Monday. We'll see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday for some more content. Also, my desk comes in today or tomorrow. Ooh, gonna have a studio, and you're really gonna enjoy it, I think. With that being said, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe.